anyone who doesn't know what Common App is? Okay, let me tell you what it is. So Common App was created with the intention to reduce stress levels for students because they partnered with universities and sort of formed a common application portal through which you can apply to different universities. Which means you only have to write one essay for all the universities that you're applying to, which come under Common App. Okay? You might have some supplemental essays for certain universities depending on the field you choose, but overall, you're putting all your energy into that one big Common App essay. I think it's about 650 words. The prompts don't change too often. I think for next year it's going to be the same. In August is when they actually come out with updates if they're going to change it or not. They usually have 6 prompts and you're allowed to pick anything from that. Okay? It only applies to universities that are part of the Common App system. There are other apps. Coalition App is one of them. UC App is the University of California system. There are quite a few, I think there are like 9 universities in the University of California system. So if you want to apply to those, then you go through the UC App. Okay? In Toronto, it's a little different. We have, Ontario has a system, it's the OUAC. In British Columbia, in Alberta, it's a different system. So depending on the province that you're applying to, but just understand that you might not have to write just one essay. Okay, if you start early on, if you're only applying to Common App universities, that's fine. You might have only just one and a couple of supplemental essays, but otherwise you might have more. Okay, are supplemental essays optional? If it says so, then it is. If it is optional, should you write it?
Yes.
If it is your dream school, or if you have the time. If not, it's optional. Okay, so you don't need to spend too much time on that. If it's not your dream school, or if it is, what did I say? If you don't have time. Checking. How important is the topic or prompt you choose? Is it, like, for example, out of the 3 topics I gave you, does it matter which one you pick?
Yes. No.
In what way? How does it matter? It needs to relate to your story. So from your aspect, it is important to pick the one that relates to your story. But from an admissions committee perspective, do I care what topic you pick? No. How you write it and how it relates to your story is what I care about. Okay? So the admissions committee doesn't care which topic you pick. But you should care about it. Okay? So there are 2 sides to that. Next. Touchy subjects. Politics, religion, beliefs. I'm not saying don't write about it. If that's dear to you, you can write about it. But be mindful. Okay? These are touchy. You can be as honest as you want, as raw as you want, without imposing it on someone, without offending someone. Okay? Social causes are great if you truly believe in it and practice it. Remember world peace. You are expressing your opinion but not imposing it upon someone. Okay, so remember that. And you don't get brownie points just because you pick one of these subjects. Don't think, oh, I'll touch a really touchy subject. I'll choose that and make sure I write so that people will pick up my essay and read it. Doesn't work like that. Okay? Next. Yes?
See, at this age, there is a very fine line between expressing one's opinion and imposing it on someone. I think if you could just give us some clarity on that, then we probably...
Okay, that's an excellent question. So, here's the thing, right? You can talk about your beliefs, but you cannot say that that's the only way to do it. Make sense?
Yes.
You can say that that is important to you and you believe that that's how you want to live your life. Let me give you an example, okay? I follow a vegan lifestyle. Do you all know what that is?
Yeah.
Right? So, no animal products, basically. No leather, no honey, no milk, whatever. Now, that is a slightly touchy subject. I'll tell you why. So in Canada, the vegan lifestyle is picking up a lot just for health reasons. Health Canada has come up with this whole thing where they want to promote a plant-based lifestyle because they've seen children developing a lot of respiratory disorders if they have certain levels of certain hormones or anything. It's sort of subjective to each child, okay? But it is not necessary that everybody should follow it, right? I'm not going to say, if I were to write an essay on the vegan lifestyle that I follow, I would say that it is important for me. Why is it important to me, right? I'm not going to say, I think it is the best lifestyle, I think everybody should follow it, I think Health Canada has done a great job on doing this. Who cares? You want to follow a lifestyle, you follow it. Why do you want everybody else to follow, right? So I wouldn't put it that way. I would put it in a way which matters to me. So to give you a little more background, my parents are diabetic, okay? And you know how diabetes can be hereditary, right? So my option to choose that lifestyle was because I wanted to be as healthy as possible so that I don't get that, and I follow this person in Pondicherry, and so on and so forth. It's my reason, right? Something that matters to me need not matter to somebody else. So I can justify why I am doing it, but I don't need to say that you should do it too. Okay? Does that make sense? Does that answer your question?
To each his own.
To each its own, yes. That's the motto. I'm going to use that on my slide next time. Okay, next. Okay, so let me give you a quick background of our